All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, beautiful viewers out there. You're welcome to yet another edition of ABM Belcho's weekly talk show, AWTS. This edition is going to be centered on the real estate industries, the demolition that is ongoing right here in Lagos, Nigeria. And as you all know, if this is the first time you're coming across this video, please beg you subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also like, share, comment, and always follow us weekly for yet different types of edition that will be bringing to you. So with me today on the studio is Engineer Olawale Popoola, the MDCO of Highbridge Homes Limited. Highbridge Homes Limited is one of the top leading real estate companies right here in Lagos, Nigeria. And guess what? We have the man behind this amazing company here with us. So we are inviting him to join us. Welcome, sir, to this program.
Oh, Richie, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Wow. It's not always easy getting him on seat, so we are so lucky today to have this interaction with him. And I want you to sit back, relax, and enjoy, because it's going to be a very beautiful episode. So, sir, the first question I'll be asking is about the demolition that's ongoing right here in Lagos. It's turning out to be seasonal film. So, I want to know the causes of this demolition and why this demolition.
Good afternoon once again, our viewers everywhere in the world. The question you actually ask is a very dicey question, because we developers, to a point, if you ask us, we know what government wants, and sometimes we get to a point we tell you we don't even know what government wants anymore, because of change in policies, adjustment in policies, and sometimes some of these policies were being enacted or being reached from the regulators, and whereby some of us, or we that are the operators, do not even know about some of the current trends in the policy. So it's becoming a serious challenge and a menace to real estate sector as a whole, especially in Lagos. We just hope that some states will not actually start in the same route that Lagos State is going right now. So we can only say that is affecting the business. Investors, both local and diaspora investors, are all being scared now to invest in Lagos, because there's no one that want to hear there's demolition going somewhere and probably his family or friends is affected, and will also want to see come back to that same zone or location or state to invest, even though the ROI might be 1000%. What every investor looks at first is safety of their investment. So it's really affecting real estate sector, and it has made it to create a whole lot of fear in the minds of our investors right now.
Okay, so what is your advice to investors who still want to invest right here in Lagos?
Well, it's very simple. It's just the first thing is I would advise every investor now to take this as an eye-opener, to do more of due diligence now and ask more questions from every developers they want to patronize, or either big developer or small or medium or average. They should do their due diligence in terms of knowing if the estate is going to have a registered layout, the estate has a valid title, and the estate actually if they process an approval that will be a guarantee for their investment with that particular company and in that state, especially Lagos. So they just need to do more of due diligence, because we put together due diligence is a whole lot of things that you can't even say this is the time frame I want to finish my due diligence. Just like You want to do title, you start from survey. From survey, you go to apply for C of O. After C of O, you want to build on the house. Then you architectural design start. Then from there, you take it for approval. After approval, then you move to site. Then subsequently, other government agencies and parastatals will also be coming to ask for further approval. Then you probably now continue to do them in stages. So all of them put together, at the beginning you have to do very, very proactive due diligence. That is my basic advice to investors going forward.
Okay, so the third question will be, I really, and I know the viewers will also want to know if there is any effect of this demolition. Is it having an effect on the developers or say the company that owns properties here in Lagos?
The effect is, in fact, is immeasurable. Is quite up. It's bad. The effect is now becoming a confusion. Yes, to say so. It's the interest of a whole lot of the developers is even going out, is out of Lagos as we speak, and investors also are not interested gradually or anymore, because everybody is afraid that what developer is selling to me, am I sure is okay or not. Like, we are talking with someone today, and the woman was telling me she did her approval, and they gave her opportunity to do a stagger payment, and she has a right of way and all of that. So a lot of things is involved in what the government actually wanted or want, and a lot of developers cannot really fulfill almost all of them. Because when you have a situation where government enact a policy or come up with a policy, and even the government ambassadors, which are the civil servants, go out there and still parade the policy just to enrich themselves, and at the end of the day, the government that you want to actually even do the right thing with, they don't even want you to get there. Because if you get there, you're still going back to meet these same people, and whenever they come to you, they want you to cut corners, and when issues start, they will not be there to save you anymore. And now, when there's a lot of confusion and this kind of adverse effect, and you have, just like you have a lot of lions that is you are dealing with, so a lot of things is already happening, and developers is actually, because I know developers, we want to do the right thing, because an average developer does not want a problem, because you are dealing with subscribers funds, and you will not want anything to happen to that fund, because if anything happen, we are in the era of social media blackmailing and all of that, so you won't want your brand to be blackmailed or to be talked down. So definitely developers want to do the right thing, but sometimes there is always a whole lot of bottleneck when it comes to the angles of government. So the real estate sector is completely affected as we speak. It's affected, and it's now becoming a confusion.
Wow. So do you see it ending anytime soon?
Well, it's I think it's seasonal, because government changes.
Wow.
Over time, we've not seen it this hard with the previous administration, but this administration now, I think they've that standing their ground, that we have to do things the way it's supposed to be done. And developers, I can tell you for free that every developer wants to do it right.
Yeah.
But the bottleneck when it comes to the angle of the government, because there's no way you can escape some government officials.
Yeah.
Either coming to your site or going to their office. It's still same people, and where those people still keep telling you this is it, this is it. So when government changes, we can see that probably it might subpedal a little, but for now, I don't think, if this government does not change, another government comes, I don't see it with this government that is going to end any soon. I think it will be a roller coaster till the end of this government.
Normally, I used to find out that, like the recent demolition that happened at Sekota, I found out that the waterways were really tampered with. So I believe the developers, all hands should be on desk to make sure that we give the regular setback for both waterways, expressways, and stuffs like that. I hope these things also bring about demolition that is happening right now.
Yes, you're right, because we have because the industry is actually not regulated. That's one issue, and I think that is the main reason why government actually have the opportunity to penetrate the industry well. And on the side of government, like I said before, they are also the reason why the industry is not regulated, because if the entry requirement into the industry for you to become developers, I think some of these things will not happen. Fine, some developers also can cut corner just because there's no regulation in the industry, and still boils down to the same thing I said before, because some of these buildings that were demolished at the quarter, some of them are saying they have approval. So who gave them that approval? Who signed it? So is Lagos State now in the bedroom of everybody? Does Lagos State letterhead and logo and stamp now being manufactured or created in everybody's kitchen or living room? So we have people who are in the government who are giving this illegal approval, and for these people to be able to build on the waterways and the canal, and after some years later, the government will come and say, "Oh, you don't have right to build here. This is a canal. Can you see it? Can you see that?" And sometimes I've seen situations where you chart land today, and after you see that the land is actually, these are government scheme that are here. These are government zone that are here. Maybe from this meter, maybe 30 meters is going to be for canal. And after some time, you can go back again and chart again and see that there's not even anything like canal there anymore. Yeah. So you can see how there's always confusion from the part of the government agency who are supposed to be a regulator, and some persons are now taking advantage of it, that since these people have a way of, this is going to be here today, there's a market here today, and after like some 2 years later again, you see that that market is no more there. Yeah. The land becomes very free again. So, and people will definitely take advantage of it at that period and quickly buy it and now erect their building there. Then another government comes and say, no, it's not supposed to be there. So sometimes I think some of this confusion are being caused by government. So, but developers also take advantage of things like that and porous system in the with the government agencies, and get approval, and they just build on the wrong places and they ended up being affected.
So finally, what is your advice to the investors who are really crying out loud this time around? What is your advice as far how to invest, where to invest, what and what to do before they do any real estate investments?
Well, the advice is actually clear. Government is already, with the action of government, they already have their advice. And that's the truth, because if government can stand their foot on the ground now, and they are telling everybody that we'll come after you if you don't have this, or if you do this, we'll come after you, and they're actually keeping to their words that they will definitely come after you, and every investor definitely will continue to do an adequate and intensive due diligence. You understand? Not investing in Lagos is actually the solution. Lagos is a metropolitan state that you can't resist investing in such a state. But all you just need to do is do your due diligence, and also patronize developers that actually take pride in their integrity. Not developers who just want to take advantage of the porosity in the sector, or the lack of regulation in the sector, and take advantage of you, the investor. So you look at developer, make sure that the company and the pioneer or the visionaire is buyable before you can actually buy a product from that company. And if it's an individual that is doing on a low scale, on a very small scale, you look at their integrity, make your findings around who is this company, what is their pedigree, or what is their track record. So if they can actually give you some information that you can take home, you now process it and see if it's actually a company you can actually put your funds to invest with, or you look elsewhere. So due diligence is key.
All right. So my viewers, you've just heard it raw and very clear from engineer Olawale Popoola, the MD CEO of Highbridge Homes Limited. And I told you it is one of the top leading real estate company right here in Lagos and Nigeria at large. So we've just had it that demolition happens because of a whole lot of investors are not doing proper due diligence, adequate due diligence, and also poor government policy lead to house demolitions right here in Lagos and other part of Nigeria. It is not only Lagos State. So, and we can also curb this menace that is happening right now in Nigeria. So for more information on real estate and how to go about your real estate, how to do your due diligence, how to invest right, and for return on investment to be fast and quick, what to do to get to the top. Join us next time on this episode of ABM Realtors Weekly Show. And my name is Uche, your host. Remain blessed.